You know what kills more careers than anything else? It's not bad luck, not lack of talent, it's comfort. See, discomfort makes you move, pain makes you adapt, fear makes you jump, but comfort keeps you right where you are, even when where you are is killing you. Slowly. So slowly you don't even notice. And right now, by the time you realize something's wrong, by the time you feel the danger, it's too late to do anything about it. That's what's happening right now. Not just to you, to entire industries, entire categories of workers. They're sitting there thinking everything's fine, while the world is changing underneath them, and the scary part, they won't realize it until they can't ignore it anymore. You feel secure right now. You've got a job, a salary, benefits, maybe even good reviews. Everything that says you're doing fine, you're safe. But security is just a feeling. It's not real. It's a drug companies give you to keep you compliant. Your company doesn't owe you security. Your industry doesn't owe you security. The economy doesn't owe you security. Security is something you create by being valuable, by being adaptable, by being impossible to replace. But right now, you're not creating security. You're creating the opposite. You're creating your own expiration date. And I can show you the math. Let's say you're decent at your job. Good, even. 7 out of 10. That used to be enough. Hell, that used to be good. But now there's AI, and AI doesn't sleep, doesn't have bad days, doesn't need training, doesn't need management. AI is a 6 out of 10, consistently, every single time. So here's the question. Why would a company pay you when they can get 85% of your output for 5% of your cost? And that's not a hypothetical. That's happening right now. Companies are doing the math. Do we really need 3 people on this team? Could we do this with AI and 1 person instead? What if we just don't fill that position when they leave? And every single day that math gets worse for you. Because AI doesn't stay at 6 out of 10. It gets better. 7, 8, 9, and you're still at 7. Same as last year, same as you'll be next year if nothing changes. So the security you feel, it's based on math that doesn't work anymore. I mean, just think about it. What did you learn last month that made you more valuable? What skill did you build last quarter that your company needs? What can you do today that you couldn't do 6 months ago? If the answer is nothing, you're not stagnant, you're declining, because the market doesn't stand still, technology doesn't wait. So if you're the same person you were a year ago, you're actually less valuable than you were a year ago, because everyone else got better, the tools got better, the expectations got higher, and you stayed the same. That's not security. That's decay. And the scariest part of it is you won't notice it happening. Your paycheck still comes. Your boss still says, good job. Everything feels fine until the day it doesn't, until there's a restructuring or budget cuts, or they bring in someone new who does in 3 hours what takes you all day. And suddenly you realize that security you felt, it was just waiting for the moment you stopped being worth what they're paying you. In that moment, it's coming faster than you think. So let me show you what's actually happening right now, what this really looks like in the real world, because most people have no idea. You see, AI isn't replacing jobs the way people think. It's not some robot walking in and taking your desk. It's way more subtle than that. See, what's happening is this. The work itself is changing. Tasks that used to take hours now take minutes. Research that used to take days, done in seconds. Follow-ups that required entire systems are now automated. And your company doesn't need less people because of AI. They need less people who work the old way, because someone who knows how to use these tools, they're doing the work of 3 people, maybe 5. So the question your company's asking isn't, should we fire people? It's, why are we paying 5 people when 2 could do this? And if you're one of the 5 who doesn't know how to use AI, you're not making it to 2. Okay, so here's what you need to understand. There are 3 skills that separate people who survive this from people who don't, and none of them are what you think. If you take nothing else from this video, take these 3 things, because I've watched hundreds of people navigate this. And the ones who survive, who thrive, they all do these 3 things. Nobody's talking about this, but it's the difference between riding the wave and drowning in it. First skill is to stop having answers and start having questions. This sounds backwards, right? You think being valuable means knowing stuff, having the answers, being the expert. Wrong. AI has answers, billions of them. You can't compete on answers anymore. But you know what AI can't do? Ask the right questions. See, AI is only as good as what you ask it. And most people ask terrible questions, surface level, obvious, generic. But the people who are winning right now, they've mastered the art of asking questions that extract value. They know how to dig deeper, how to get context, how to pull out information that actually matters. So if you're sitting in meetings trying to show how much you know, you're losing. The winners are asking 6 questions for every 1 answer they give. They're getting context while everyone else is just talking. In context, that's the only currency that matters now. The people who win with AI don't know more. They ask better. Skill number 2 is to stop doing work and start building systems. You see, here's what most people don't get. In 2 years, maybe less, the most valuable employees won't be the ones who do the work. They'll be the ones who build the systems that let everyone else do the work better. Think about it. Who's more valuable? The person sending 50 emails a day, or the person who builds the automation that sends 500? The person doing research for 6 hours, or the person who creates the AI workflow that does it in 20 minutes? See, doing tasks makes you replaceable, but building systems makes you an infrastructure. And you can't fire infrastructure. The company runs on you. I know a woman, marketing manager, good salary, great reviews, built an AI workflow that automated customer segmentation, something that used to take her team 6 hours, now 20 minutes. Her company tried to let her go during budget cuts. Couldn't, because the entire system ran through her. She wasn't doing work anymore. She was the infrastructure. That's the difference. So if you're still trading time for tasks, if you're still just doing your job, you're not building value. You're just clocking in. And when the cuts come, the people who get kept are the ones the company can't function without. The ones who built the systems everyone else depends on. Are you that person? Skill number 3 is to stop consuming information and start building your knowledge advantage. This one's sneaky because it doesn't feel urgent, but it's the difference between surviving and thriving. You see, everyone has access to the same information now, right? Same articles, same videos, same AI tools. So having information doesn't make you valuable anymore. What makes you valuable is having processed information, ideas you've tested, opinions you've developed, insights you've earned through actually doing the work. See, AI can give you 1,000 answers, but it can't give you your answer, the one that comes from your experience, your perspective, your unique way of seeing the problem. And that's what companies will pay for. Not regurgitated information, not generic best practices, original thinking. But here's the problem. You can't build original thinking by just doing your job. You have to actively develop it. That means reading, highlighting, processing, challenging your own ideas, putting your thoughts out there and getting feedback, building a knowledge advantage that AI can't replicate because it's yours. Now, where do you even start? And that's the real question, isn't it? Because knowing what to do and actually doing it are two completely different things. You can watch 100 videos about AI, read 1,000 articles, but if you don't have a reason to actually use it, a real problem it solves for you, a way it makes your life better, not just your boss's, you won't do it. You'll just keep sitting in the pot, meaning to get around to it eventually. So here's what I want to tell you. There's something most people are completely sleeping on right now, something that actually works. And I need you to hear me on this. If you've tried making money online before and it didn't work, that wasn't because you failed. It's because you were missing one thing, one piece of the puzzle that separated the people making 5K, 10K, 15K a month from the people making zeros. And that one thing, it was hard, time-consuming, and expensive, which meant most people never got it. See, let me explain what I mean. There's this platform, been around for over a decade, where people publish content and make passive income. Real passive income, where you wake up to sales, you wake up to money while you're working your day job, income that doesn't require you to be on 24/7, and you've probably heard about it. Maybe you even tried it. And if you did, you probably created one thing, maybe two, got no results, and quit thinking, this doesn't work. It's oversaturated. I'm too late. But here's the truth. It does work. You just didn't know the secret. See, the people making 10K a month, they weren't smarter than you. They weren't luckier. They just knew something you didn't. One thing that changed everything. And that one thing is the difference between waking up to zero and waking up to 300, 500, sometimes 1,000 in a single day. So here's what I did. I made an unlisted training. Not public, because I walk through actual income numbers and case studies I don't share everywhere. In that training, I break down the platform, the 4 niches making 8K to 15K a month right now, the AI workflow that takes 90 minutes start to finish, the one mistake that kills 83% of people who try this, and most importantly, how to build income that nobody can take away from you, not your boss, not the economy, nobody. It's 18 minutes. Links in the description. When you click it, you'll land on a page. Watch the whole thing. If you've been trying to figure out how people are actually winning with AI, not the hype, the proof, this is it. Don't skip it. The water's boiling. You gonna sit there or jump? I'll see you in that video.